What's up, guys? So I was given a recap the other day of our tournament on Ray Roberts for the TXTT, and all of a sudden, like within my recap, or I don't know, I was driving home. It had been a long, seems like last month. I started talking about the story and everything, and it was just funny to me, right? And then I ended up posting it, but I really didn't tell the whole story. And I told the story, and then there was more to it that I kind of forgot. And I forgot I had some of it on video, right? Sort of. I kind of had it on video. You can hear my story, and then you can listen to it all go down, and you can see me on the phone with my buddy Russell, telling him, because I witnessed it all, and I was sitting there and like the emotions of having a tournament the next day, and almost seeing it all like go away. Then we had more things. We had I'll explain them all, right? We had from the trailer tournament to where we had to get there and we had to wait because we weren't allowed to fish till 7, to I totally forgot about the kids thing. There's a whole thing about kids on the bank and other people fishing. I forgot that there was some guy. It was a whole thing. So I put on there. And what I wanted to show y'all is, in these tournaments, man, tournament fishermen get bad raps. We do, no doubt. We had an incident this past weekend on Richland Chambers where a guy cut us off, and we kind of exchanged some words to each other, and he starts telling me about all these other fishermen that have cut him off that day. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, man. And there was all these guys in the tournament, but I was like, I didn't cut you off. He started telling me about this boat and this boat, and I'm like, yeah, was it me though? Did I do any of that? Because I didn't cut you off. We were already fishing, and then you pull up 20 yards where I can throw in your boat, and you're like, well, I'm just going to do it to you because everyone else has done it to me. Well, no, that's not how we roll. That's not how it goes, right? I mean, I'm sure bad things happen to you, but just because bad things happen to you doesn't mean you go around and do bad things to other people. I don't know. That's just what went on. And so I was showing you guys that's two tournaments where we could have handled things a lot differently, but we kind of chose not to. We went with the flow. Kind of worked out pretty good. Anyways, this is more of what was going on. You can see it helped that we had already caught a 5 and a 4-pounder, but you can see we were in a pretty good state. Like nothing was getting to us at all. Anyways, enjoy this video. It's pretty funny. Holy crap. Russell. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. That was her. That's that one. I told you about the first one. This girl's fishing with a cork, and a freaking just stuck that one. Oh, great. But she lost it. It was a big one. It was a 3-pounder. I knew it. I knew that was the one that I knew from this morning. It's right by this big rock. Gosh, luckily it came off. Wow. Yeah, right on the edge of the grass, of course. God dang it.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. Because there's one rock over there, and that's the one I remember, like, seeing it in front of. But, I mean, I got this other one on this dark spot, but I guess I didn't see she won't move.
How many of them are on the side where they're not fishing?
All of them except one, but...
Yeah. No, we got 2. Oh, I have some in my bag. Oh,
he's following it.
Oh,
He's following it. Oh, yeah.
God, she still sees it.
Oh, great.
She goes, she's it's following it. Following it again.
Does she have a minnow?
I don't know. Oh, I got one. I got one, dude. Here. Oh my gosh, I got one. It's on the bed too. there's a dark spot down here, and I just kept on flipping in it, and it bit. Let go.
Don't hook it.
It didn't. I got to let go. So there's this like dark spot, and I just kept on flipping it, and it freaking bit. Wait, there's 3 of them.
You ever seen it move?
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure it's a fish. And when I looked over there, I'm like, well, what's that freaking thing there? I mean, that's why I drew to it. It's right. It's like 5 feet from that one. I gotta wait on this one.
Here we go.
Are you kidding me? She lost it again.
You got it again.
Holy crap, dude.
Put on a different one, but put on that other one with the barb on it.
The barb?
Yeah, she lost it again.
She ain't going nowhere. She'll eventually get it. I know.
Hey, we're gonna catch this fish. She's like kind of roaming around. We'll sit on her for hours though. She won't leave the inside of this grass. And I think we'll just lock her down. She is spooky though. I'm gonna leave her alone. Yep, she got it.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
You need to go get that extra net.
Oh, get in the water.
Damn it.
Get in the water. Get in the water.
What net? I forgot to grab it out of the truck.
Oh.
Oh
Go
my
run and get it
gosh.
out of the truck. Oh, is
Russell,
he off?
Russell, this is
Did he
killing me.
break it?
This is like.
Did he break you off?
Yeah.
She got it
Yeah,
on the
maybe I
bank.
need to get the
It
20-pound
flopped around
test.
for like 10 seconds. She tried to get it in it, got back in the
That was only 12.
That's all I had. I can't make this up.
Go run and get the net out of the back of the
I
truck.
can't
Kyle.
make this up. It's the 3
text
times
you the
all
code.
day long. She's hooked it 3 million times. And now she's gonna go get a net. It can't keep biting again, can it? I could go over there and freaking just. All right, so she lost it for the 3rd time. Just like I told you, you could hear it, like she'd gotten up on the bank. She might have said it broke off. I'm not sure. I don't even know if she really knew, but it came off. Well, I had been there long enough, right? And I'm just seeing my hopes and dreams of this fish going down the drain. So I was like, Russell, I can't take this anymore. I got to get out of here. I just didn't want to watch it anymore. I couldn't handle it. So I was like, man, I'm out of here. So this next part, I never really told y'all this story. I forgot about like what really transpired during the tournament. So when we start, if you remember it, there's some guys in the background. Okay, you see them right there? I mean, they're out there early. So this is a tournament where we could be on the water early. We just couldn't start fishing until 7. And these guys definitely wanted to get out there early. Then they didn't catch anything, but they were literally standing right where this one fish was. This one fish that's like a foot from the bank. Then the whole family came out there. Then there was this big beaver swimming around that everyone was watching. And like I said, we still couldn't fish. See how we couldn't, like, we're still waiting until 7 o'clock. So what's even worse is we have to sit there and possibly, we weren't really worried about them catching anything. It's just, man, are just people going to be in our way? And like, we want to get going. So we're just waiting around until 7 o'clock so we can make our first cast. So we had caught those other fish, right? And now we get on this fish. And I don't know at this point, I think we had caught 5 or maybe 6 at this point. I think we had caught 6. And then other guys, you can see this guy on the left, there was 2 other guys, they start coming and like fishing down the bank. Like, and fishing down the bank's fine, guys. Like, it's not a big deal. As you can tell, we're not upset about it. It's just something you still have to deal with. right? I know tons of bank fishermen get mad at boaters that come in on them, right? And we're not mad that he's fishing because, you know, guys can't go anywhere, but we realize we have a short amount of time to catch these fish. They don't know where they're at. But it does, when they get around the bank, it does make it harder for us, you know, to do what we kind of want to do. So we're kind of discussing, like, that's where Russell caught that 2-pounder earlier, and now we're coming back.
That's a big one, dude.
That's a 4-pounder.
I told you.
I know it doesn't look it, but that was a 4-pounder.
I told you she was going, didn't I?
In that bed, dude, I was just sitting it there doing nothing. I looked up, my line was over there like a 1.5 feet to the side. I'm like, I got her.
Dude, what are we doing? What are we doing?
So we said yellow is next.
I don't even care. Like, what are we doing? I've never. I mean, we haven't sight fished a 1 yet.
We're just living life, dude.
This is not even normal. I don't care anymore, dude. I'm just out here. I just get like, so my plan this morning, I don't know if you realize, my plan was get you freaking rolling. No, you're not mushhead anymore. And then that way when we're out there throwing that stupid stuff, you'll be all freaking
Into it?
yeah. Dude. So I either hit a rock. So now we've caught 7 of the 8 fish. And this is the last one. We got to catch this one. And I knew she'd probably be the hardest one.
Go down a little, go down a little further.
Yeah, thank you.
A little further. Yeah.
So these kids, like, there's all these kids walking the bank, and every time they walk by it, like, that fish takes off. And they're curious as to what we're throwing at, so they literally like went and stood right over it looking. And I'm like, we were like, hey, go. You know, we were trying to be nice. Now, I don't know where these parents were. They were down there playing by the water forever. And then the rocks started. And remember, guys, we could cast to where they're at. We don't care too much where they're at right there, bombing rocks in there. They did this for at least, I have no clue. For a long time. They just, and right where they're throwing rocks in now, no big deal. But you know how I was a kid once. I'm gonna start throwing bigger rocks. And I'm just like, you know, you don't want to sit there and tell a kid not to throw rocks in the water. Maybe we don't want to be those freaking those people, right? And we're not gonna be those people. Look at them, they're just throwing rocks. And we were kind of finding it comical that, like, it's cool because, like, everything's going our way in this tournament, so we're not even upset about any of this, right? We're pretty laid back at this point in time, for sure. But you can tell, and we sat on this fish for a long time because we couldn't see her. I don't know if it's because of them and the rocks and everything. Like, it became really, really spooky. And it wasn't going to help us that much. But then they started getting closer. That's where the fish is. So they're like 6 feet away from it, maybe even 5. Then this is what I was like, I can't believe there's not parents around. I mean, I don't know. We never saw parents. They were down here for like an hour playing by the water. We never saw the parents. There was a kid that was like 4 years old walking around there with them. And then we left and kind of did a circle. And came back. So now they're throwing rocks right on the fish. Whoa, watch this part. I forgot about this. Watch me looking. Watch this. I was like, fish don't like that. Watch right here.
Careful throwing those rocks.
Look,
Careful.
is this one? Is this
It's not my boat.
Be careful throwing those rocks.
So that one kid was sidearming him, and he came about a big rock. He came about a foot from Russell's motor. And I was like, I finally had to say something because it's not my boat. But I was like, hey man, like, anyways, yeah, I had to say something because like he literally came a foot from Russell's motor. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like a long.
about a half the size of a baseball, and almost smoked it.
I don't know if that's
I mean, like I said, you can hear him clear as day. That's still how close they are.
She looked a lot bigger than me. A lot bigger than me.
But we kind of got them at bay now. We kind of got the kids out of the way. Like I said, we've had to deal with people earlier, people from the day before, rock throwing. I mean, but hey, everything's going our way. I mean, you can see where I'm flipping, how close I am to the bank. So, of course, when that kid ran by, it took off. And then here come the rest of them.
She's staying.
Not now.
I didn't figure it.
Russell, what's she saying? Well, not now.
Hey, can you move out of the way, please? Can you move out of the way, please?
So I thought there might have been another one, but I was like,
You'll scare it.
we were glad that was the last one. We're like, let's just get out of here. It's about time for us to go.
Is that Maybe.
Anyways,
Definitely.
I thought y'all would find that funny. That was kind of the rest of the story of that morning, right?
It's long.
Y'all got to hear me talk about it, but I was like, oh yeah, I kind of got some footage of it all, so I figured y'all like that.
We can always come back and we can see it.
Anyways, that's our. Oh, we caught a whole bunch more fish after this, right? But this is how we started the morning.
No contest. No contest, right?
Oh yeah, it's way bigger. It's like a. That's her.
Say again.
I think that's her. But let's kind of look down this stuff.
Yep. You want water?